Every Republican contender at this point is supporting Donald Trump. Nikki Haley inevitably will follow suit and do the exact same. And so I guess I'm being a little bit wordy. What I'm trying to say here is that this Democrat-planted seed of chaos has blossomed into a beautiful tree of unity. And now, best of all, Donald Trump is playing right into it. It's coming off as authentic. People are buying into it. And so it seems as though we're walking directly into the second Trump era. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so obviously we've seen all the chaos on Twitter and other platforms between the DeSantis faction and the Trump faction. Let's just say it's been a little bit spicy. It's hard to say whether some of these DeSantis people are authentic and actually believe what they believe in. You know, the Bill Mitchells of the world. It's likely that some of these people are paid operatives, and in some cases these accounts are just run by bots. You know, some sort of Lincoln Project operation. But we've been seeing the two factions feud for months on end at this point. Democrats are probably hoping that this would persist, but the exact opposite is happening. Ron DeSantis officially endorsed Donald Trump, as you guys know. Let's just play like maybe a 10-second clip if you missed it.
Accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge.
And Donald Trump has now officially responded with humility, grace, and most importantly, forgiveness.
I would never ask anybody to pull out. I didn't ask Ron to pull out. I didn't ask Vivek to pull out. Nobody. But we have great support, and most of the people that pulled out have already supported me, so it's actually quite nice.
Is that possible?
Well, you know, I endorsed him. I didn't know him as well as you might think, but I did endorse him, and I had some fun with it because I watched somebody who was not in the race, and all of a sudden he was in the race, and then he did a good job as governor, so I was happy with that. But I was disappointed when they asked him whether or not he'd run, and he said, I have no comment, because to me, when you say no comment, that means you're running. And we took it, I think I took it quite seriously, and it doesn't matter now because he got out.
So that's water under the bridge now between
totally.
you.
As far as I'm concerned, look, he endorsed me. You know, he endorsed me, and we have policies very similar. Actually, I think those people will all come to me, and a lot of the things that he wanted, I wanted, and I think, you know, in fact, I noticed people commentary they're saying, well, all of those people that would be for him would be for Trump. And so I was honored that he endorsed me this quickly. I mean, it's not easy. Look, it's not easy. He fought hard, spent a lot of money. And a lot of people thought he'd do well. You know, I was leading from the beginning, just so you understand. And I did very well in Florida, more votes than anybody ever got. I got more votes in Florida than anybody ever got. But he was doing well. And I think he did the right thing. I don't, you know, look, I can talk about somebody else's campaign. I didn't see a path. I don't see a path for her at all.
And that right there is exactly what was